This is Jim Bratton Podcast, a podcast exploring his personal interests, interviews with artists and musicians, as well as other creators, an opinion or two, or more, poetry and prose, ambient sound, binaural and ASMR, audio produced for meditation and relaxation, experimental sound or music, and those exploring aesthetic boundaries. You may enjoy some, or all, or none. Now, here's Jim.
This is Jim Bratton Podcast, and we're with Taylor McCreery. Thank you for joining us. And thank you all for joining us too, by the way. This is a new thing for us where we actually provide a live video of it, so let's see how it goes for you. All right. You participated in a function that was at the NHL Artists Loft called the Muse.
I did.
And this was, I'll call it an artistic event, but it was really a cultural event as well, philosophic event.
Absolutely.
And we'll go through exactly how, what it was and how all that was. But first of all, where did this concept come from?
I had finished my first semester as a live model at a community college.
Right.
And I was fascinated with the relationship between myself as the model and the student. And Becky and I were talking about that.
Right.
And we just thought it would be really interesting to show people what that's like in real time.
Yeah, in real time.
And over a month or so, we just kept talking about it and having everything in all white and just...
Well, it came together. Let's describe the scenario then. Number one, you and she worked on this for a good while. And then the scenario was, as a person that was there, the scenario was just, it was elegant, I would say. So you took an empty unit there at the Lofts. Tell me about that then, what happened?
Empty unit comes up. That was Becky saying, we have an empty unit, we've done things in them before, and that's what we decided. It gave us a time frame, and we just started working as hard as possible. We decided all white.
Right.
The artist all in white, only colored lighting in there, and then we asked the guest to wear white or light colors to help. Yeah. And
the purpose of that was to not take away from the color palette that would be in use then.
Exactly, and to focus solely on the live art happening in front of us.
That's right. 5 artists, is that right?
5 artists.
5 well-known artists.
Well-known artists.
I mean, this is
galleries. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, all with gallery presence, all sort of. The artists were curated as well.
Everything was curated.
And separate styles. The art. I mean, this is just incredible to me to watch the artist work.
As we invited them and everybody talked about it, they told us their ideas, what would work best for them. We went with it, and well, you were there, you saw. That was amazing.
It was just unbelievable. It was basically for our audience now. It was basically a stand-up event. There was some seating that for my wife Mary, who could use seating, and then bistro tables.
Yes.
And elegant hors d'oeuvres by one of the best-known chefs in the area.
Yeah.
And served by flowing gowns and everything.
Yes, they were.
It's just...
Oh, my girl squad, yes.
And they were all in like white flowing...
Everyone. Every single person that we asked to be involved and we told them, they not only were happy to do it, but brought more to the table than we even asked for. Everyone was so generous and so supportive. Yeah, it was... We wanted it to be elevated, and I think it was.
Oh, yeah. No, there was no way that you could call this a prurient in any way whatsoever. So let me try to bring all this together. This is hard to explain, guys.
It really is, because there was a phone check. I was a little concerned if people
be
okay with that kind of stuff.
Well,
there was a lot of...
And by the way, this was invitation only.
Yes.
I mean, this was not a voyeur kind of thing at all.
We decided that early on we would keep it really private, only ask people that would be happy to be there and would be interested,
Okay, that's the event, a little bit about the event. Let's go back now. You began a little bit about you and how you became a figure model. Is that what it's called? What is the
A live model.
A live
That's what
model.
they call it. Yeah.
Okay. For artists.
Well, my youngest child, my daughter, was finishing an art class at a community college at COM, and the teacher asked, Mark Greenwald, asked the students if they knew anybody who would be interested in being a live model, and nobody said anything. My daughter threw her hand up and said, my mom.
Oh my.
And everybody thought that was kind of silly, and he laughed, and she goes, no, I'm serious. I had just gotten out of an almost 24-year-long marriage.
Right.
Kids are grown, house is sold, the world was my oyster.
Right.
And my children were so supportive of it, and my daughter thought it was amazing, and I thought, well,
this makes it.
Let's go for it.
It just sounds like the next logical step in this
why
whole
not?
progression, right?
It was amazing. It was actually really empowering, liberating, really.
That was the question that I went. I mean, you noticed that as soon as you began doing the live modeling for the
The
students.
very first class, I stayed dressed, and the next class I did later that week, I was going to be nude, and I had been self-conscious most of my life, and now I'm 47.
Right.
So
You're a grown-up.
I'm a grown-up, and I'm like, this is my body.
Right.
It takes good care of me, so I'm proud of it. It's going to be fine. I had no idea that when I got up there on this, because you're up on a table.
Right.
In front of the students. You're like up high on a stage.
Pedestal.
On a pedestal.
This is exactly like it is in the European movies.
Yes. And I picked one of my favorite vintage kimono robes.
Right.
And I got up there in it, and the moment that I took it off, it just felt like a lead weight hit the ground. It was amazing, and there I was, the full me in the buff, and all these students. It was, yeah.
Were they surprised at your openness, the students? Were they a little bit taken back? At your lack of self-consciousness? Because most of them knew that this was your first go with this,
They
right?
did, and they were surprised that I was... It took me a class or two, and then I felt great up there. I couldn't wait to go back.
Well, and I'm sure that, mixed gender-wise of the class, mixed gender?
Yes, and it's not... there's some... I always have people my age in there.
Right, right.
Yeah, so it's a
And
mixed bag.
what was the reaction from the people that were your age peer?
They were proud of me and so encouraging, and just like, oh man, I can't believe you're doing this. Not in a bad way.
No,
like,
I got it.
This is amazing that you made it this far. That you're proud of yourself.
I think it is. And it just shows in your face that that's the way you feel about it. Mm-hmm. And I will tell you that talking to people that were at this event, women were empowered by it. A friend of ours said she feels better about her body and more self-assured about her body after being to this event.
I couldn't ask for anything else. That makes it a success to me.
That was my feeling. Matter of fact, for our viewers and listeners, at the beginning of the event, Becky Major did a nice statement of intent that made it real clear that this was a celebration of the female body. Mm-hmm. And there were, Taylor, I know there were people that anticipated an enhanced, very young woman there.
Yes.
And I think that everyone was so much more comfortable that it was you.
They found themselves a 47-year-old woman. I had turned 47 that month.
Right.
I've had children, breastfed, surgeries. I'm a real woman, and I look like one. Yes. And a lot of the women I was surprised how it affected them. Yeah. I didn't realize it would be that. I just thought it was that impactful for me personally.
You thought maybe it was just because of where you are and this was a transition and all that it impacted you in that way. Mm-hmm. But it had a universal impact.
It did. It really. My nieces and my daughter are some of the beautiful people you said were passing out the food, and their support of me and how they encourage me is. I mean, it could have made me cry, really, but yeah. All that made me feel safe to do it.
The event itself every artist had their own, and you did 3 poses, right?
3 poses, 1 front pose, 1 back pose, and 1 seated.
Okay.
20 minutes long, each
20
one.
minutes long. I have to say, there's a certain physical endurance, it seemed,
Absolutely.
to do the poses, and you did not move.
I do work out, so I'm fit in
Right.
a lot of ways, but being a 20-minute pose, it limits me on what I can do. You know, I can't have my arms above my head, like above my shoulders like that for a long time.
Right.
But I get invited to go to other schools and stuff, and because they're like, you just stay so still.
Because you're a good model.
Yeah.
You know,
Who would have thought?
Well,
At 5'3".
No, it's all come together great for you. Then the art was auctioned from the 5 artists for incredible prices.
Every single one of them sold. I was so happy for all of the artists. It was amazing. You could just feel the energy in there.
Just to tell you sort of the audience again, what it was like in this space. You had, 30, 35 people there, maybe thereabouts or so, maybe more.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Anyway, and 4 or 5 bistro tables. Your army of women in their white flowing gowns, serving hors d'oeuvres.
Perfect lighting.
Hors d'oeuvres. There were just outside the door. There was a bar. Oh yes, professionally lit and professional sound. And I might mention professional musician Taylor Lauren.
Yeah, she did all that.
So it was
for the Muse. That's when I say everyone was so generous. Yeah.
It was music composed just for the event.
Yeah.
Now, and she evidently had taken a tumble, so she couldn't play, but she recorded the entire evening's worth of individually composed music for this event.
She sure did.
This was just the damnedest thing I've ever seen. It was breathtaking.
I appreciate you saying that. It was, Becky and I worked hard on it, and everybody came together and just brought their best.
They really did.
They brought their best.
Let's talk a little bit about how it felt to be up there.
Okay.
Because I don't want to use the word vibe, but there was a lot of positive energy in the room.
Absolutely.
Since you're up there unclothed, with an entire sensory system, totally exposed to the environment, does that make it easier to feel that sense of vibe and community from the group? The fact that you're there and you're sharing all. I'm not trying to make a difficult question. But that thought occurred to me as I was thinking about this. Because it's just a sort of a physiological thing, because you have more sensory area exposed. And since all this stuff is sort of, I don't want to go not electromagnetic and everything, but let's go ahead.
Absolutely. I had intention when I got up there. I kept telling everybody my intention was to make people uncomfortable with my level of confidence. And it is absolutely not about my physical appearance, but the mental, the strength, the confidence, the work it takes to get there.
Right.
That is what I hoped was projected. Every woman that looked at me, because I would look at everybody. I'd look them right in the eye.
I know you do.
And
great.
Every woman I looked at looked back at me so happy. I could feel they were proud of me, clap, little thumbs up and winks. Every man, I'd say 95% of the men I made eye contact with looked away. So it was very interesting, and it makes you feel very powerful, because you're like, oh man, they don't even want to look at me. If they can,
you scared them off.
Yeah, it's great. I'm a life giver, and you know, I'm standing up here. You can look.
But they didn't.
No, not when I would look at them.
Do you think that's because you knew most of them?
Well, I did know. I wouldn't even know most of them. I wouldn't even say hi.
You knew a lot of them, though.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it wasn't just the ones you knew looked away.
No, they all looked away.
What a social observation.
Yes, it made them uncomfortable. Yeah, they wanted to break the eye contact. And the women we got mesmerized with each other. Yeah.
I'm just sitting here amazed by that observation. Did you come into this expecting it to have an open line of communication between you and the audience, or did you expect there to be a plane of separation there somehow?
I wanted it to be All of us, the
Okay.
audience, me, and the artists. I
You know,
want it
that's
to be happening
unusual,
to all of us.
in particularly in performing arts, for example, because many times the audience is just blinded out by the lights. You know they're there someplace, but no way you can see any of them. So you can actually make eye contact.
Yep. We were very close together
Yeah, no,
in there. Yeah,
and it was interesting because everybody was standing virtually.
Mm-hmm.
They would rotate around the different artists and look at their various styles.
Yeah, they were like in a half circle in front of us. My
Right.
little, maybe what, 2 foot
Yeah, you were on a
stage?
pedestal,
I think
yeah.
maybe 4x4. Yeah, and that's what also made all the art so interesting because they all had a different angle.
A different angle, different style.
Yes.
And every one of them an accomplished artist.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this was not your students.
No, and you had tattoo artists. It was an array of people. I was very impressed.
The common denominator was they're all supporting themselves by being artists.
That's right.
And you know, that's hard to find 5 people to put them in a room. And there was no, you know what? The spirit between the artists was very cooperative too.
Yes, it was. I mean, that has to go on. Yeah. That's the part that's so fascinating.
We could go on forever, okay? Mm-hmm. I've got a jillion questions.
Okay.
But I want to know what was a big surprise to you. Was there any big surprise at the event?
I was surprised how smoothly it all went.
Logistically,
I really was. I expected to be a little more nervous or stressed, and I wasn't at all. I felt so good about it.
and you had a second there, sort of behind the curtain with you.
We did have a little privacy curtain for when I'm stepping off the
Right.
stage because yes, I'm comfortable up there for the art and pose and be in the Muse, but I'm not comfortable getting dressed and stepping on and off the stage.
No, those are.
So I like to have a little
You
bit of
want
privacy.
to be there as the Muse, period.
Yeah.
No transition, no nothing. There you are.
Yes.
Step off in your kimono,
Yep.
come back on, draped in a different pose, and you're the Muse again.
Again. Yeah.
All right. Comments for other women who might. Not everybody can come up with this opportunity. Okay, not everybody can find themselves a job as a model.
You're right. I never thought I would do it either.
Right.
And I would say, I tell every woman that I talk to, especially like if they're in their 40s, but really any age, that they should do this for a semester. It is so empowering. It is, you can rediscover yourself, see yourself as beautiful and as art and as a muse and inspiring, beautiful art. It is, I had no idea that this would happen. It's been such a confidence builder, character builder for me.
Couldn't sum it up any better. Taylor McCreery, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank all of you for joining us as well. This is Jim Bratton Podcast. And we're coming to you, by the way, from Konex today, from their conference room here,
nice.
which was very acoustically present and everything. So thanks to Konex as well.
This has been Jim Bratton Podcast. We hope you have enjoyed, been inspired, informed, angered, or otherwise emotionally stimulated. This is your booth announcer, Sierra Sakel.